Okay, I'm over here. We're gonna do a subdivision, so I gotta do. So here's our subdivision project. This may not get done this year. This may be a spring project. All because the commissioners drug their feet for like 3 months. Oh well, I guess you just have to deal with it. Okay, it's that time again. My bearings are all broke in my balls again, completely gone. So I gotta replace them. So I gotta take all these bolts out. I gotta hook the service truck up to the drawbar here to support it. Then pull ahead to get this out. Take the Allen screws out to separate these two trunnion sockets. And try to figure out how to put those 3 little puzzle piece bearings in there and get them to hold. Should take me about an hour. Are you timing? I should see if I can change it up to a greasable one. I don't know what that would entail, or if you can. Because if I remember right, that back plate goes all the way through. You fill that whole gooseneck full of grease. So I don't have any trouble with it until I start swinging the blade up around in the upright position, indexing the whole saddle. And I don't know why, but that seems to Okay, you're supposed to be able to do this without a crane. Just use the moldboard to support it and then back up, but I like the crane. I just think it's more safe and it's easier to get that in. Okay, I think what I'm going to do is just try to separate the trunnion halves right here and do it like that. This is one of those deals you don't want to get your fingers in here too bad. I mean, it's something happened, grader moved, whatever, you lose your fingers real quick. And nobody wants to lose their fingers. Guess I should have undone the bottom one first, huh? I'm gonna be fighting this. I don't know, if I need a new ball, I'm gonna see what it takes to, if you can, upgrade these to greasable. I don't like the mess. They make a mess, but really the plastic one, when I got it, stayed in there for years and years and years and years. I don't know if I'm not adjusting it correctly, but I know last time I took a shim out and it seemed to last a lot longer, and I think that's part of the problem is if you don't have them snug where that's a 3-piece bearing and it's just got, you know, it's like puzzle pieces. I'll show you here in a minute. It's tough to hold it. So once those puzzle pieces come undone from each other, and then you get the bearing cocked in there, and then you pinch it and break a chunk out, and then you're on your way out. Every time you shift, it goes bang, bang. You think center pin was shot. Okay, gotta do something here. I'll probably lift the moldboard up a little. That didn't work. Okay, we got residue in there we gotta clean out. Okay, those are the bearings. Parts guys, don't put the sticker on these, please. God, what a mess. Now I gotta clean all this shit off. Okay, when these go back in, you gotta put this hole down because that's to drain water and junk out, so it's only going to go on one way. So now you got to put all these puzzle pieces on and get it in, but I think I need to take out a thin shim. So I took out the thinnest shim I could get. Okay, now I really need some help. I need another set of hands because I need to get this other piece on there. I don't know how to do that without losing it all. See, this is where you're gonna potentially pinch the hell out of your fingers. If you don't get these puzzle pieces all together nice and neat, when it goes in, it's gonna fail. And they don't fit worth shit. That one don't, because it's got lumps on it. So it's got these little, I don't know what you'd call them, like a casting sprue, and they'll hold it up, not let it come together, so you got to scrape them off. So this is how they fit together. Okay, I think I got her. I think I got it. I do. It's really loose there, but tight over here. So I'll bet money my balls are wore out. That didn't sound right. Your balls are wore out. I don't know, man. Need to take out one more shim. God, I hate doing that. I don't want to take that apart, take one more shim out. Maybe if I tighten these up more, it'll pinch it harder. Yeah, good as it's gonna get. Okay, now I gotta get it back in the hole somehow. I'm gonna have to pull forward, I guess. So. I got to roll the grader back just a wee bit more. Look at that, went right in the hole. How lucky can you get? Okay, I'm going to show you my setup for doing this. So what I do is I just sling a chain around it. Makes it a whole lot easier. I've tried doing it before without the crane, and it can turn into a disaster. It can be done, it's just no fun. Okay, so that's all that's left of that bearing. That's it. That was all that was in there. So I took out one shim, probably 10 thousandths. All right, so we're back over here at the subdivision that we put the road grade in. Geez, what was it? Last summer? And now it was fall. Anyway, it got late and the power company didn't have their trenches in across the road. And anyway, they wouldn't let the contractor dig it, so they had Dasco come in. And Dasco is like Idaho Power's designated contractor for doing that kind of stuff, and they're backed up to the nuts. And they won't let other contractors do any of the work trenching anymore because it's not done to specification. Well, if you give me a set of plans, I can build what you want. I did my own power at my shop. They let me do the trench. I put the conduit in, I put it in the transformer pads, compacted it, put the pipes the way the drawing showed, the conduit coming up, used wide radius metal 90s coming up off the plastic PVC conduit. Did everything the way they wanted it. Elevated the pads up nice, and they were tickled to death. They're like, wow, somebody who actually knows what they're doing. Well, you know, if you give a contractor a set of plans, if he doesn't know how to read it, and you say, well, you know, if it isn't done this way, when we come back, we're going to charge you $500 or $1,000, whatever, then it would make them get it done right. Well, so now they've gone to this Dasco outfit, and they're so far behind, they couldn't get anything done, so I don't know when they were in here. Probably, I don't know if they did it this spring or in the middle of the winter. So anyway, that's what I'm doing today. I got my bearing in the drawbar replaced, plastic deals, you saw that. So now I got to start trying to straighten this up. The boys brought the water truck in over there. Jake had to leave. He's got to go unplug some checks in some canal that are full of debris with the backhoe, and then Matt will be back to help me. So stay tuned. Okay, this ain't gonna work. It's too dry. I gotta go get in the water truck. So when they do these trenches, you can see the dirt in here, and then there's a bunch of 3/4 on top. And when you do that, you backfill with 3/4, and then you get dirt here and there. You get differential heaving when it freezes. So where you put the 3/4 and stuff, you backfilled the whole trench with 3/4. What happens is you get it. You don't get as much heaving where the trenches are, and then the road around it heaves more, and you get these whoopie-doos. And I've seen the county, they come in and they'll replace a pipe under the road, and instead of putting the same material they took out back in the same layers, you know, when you dig a trench, you can see the different layers. So you need to put that material back. Well, instead, they just haul it off and they backfill the whole thing with 3/4. And then in the wintertime, the material over the pipe doesn't heave at all. And then the road raises up and you get these huge bumps, well, divots where the pipe is. So you've got to backfill the trench in the same layers and the same material as what's under the road. Otherwise, you got problems. Yabba dabba doo! There's Fred Flintstone on the Fred Flintstone roller. That was the worst 30 minutes I've ever spent on a roller. I need a bigger roller. That's got no suspension. I just beat my brains out. Okay, we're getting our 3/4 in here for the ribbon curb. This is our first go around with this. And I don't know if we're doing it the right way or not, but we're laying it out with the blade. The curbing contractor says he needs 12 feet minimum because his machine's 10 wide, and he's got to have room for his chute and everything. So by the time you work this around and get it where it needs to be, you've covered the whole road. So I don't know if we're doing this right or wrong. How do you guys do it? What kind of equipment are you using? Because this has only got 12-foot lanes on each side and then a 1-foot wide ribbon curb. So basically all you're gonna get is a 26-foot wide top, whereas the way we've always done it before without ribbon curb is you have two 14-foot wide lanes, and it's not going to match the street down there. The street down there is like 29 feet, 30 feet wide. So this one's not going to be that wide. You're only going to be 26. It's going to look funny. But the county has decided that we need ribbon curbs in Bingham County. Have no idea why. But how would you lay it out and only be 12 feet wide? But even at 12 feet, you're still going to cover clear to the center. So I don't know. This is a learning curve for us. So do you know what these are? Feathers. They didn't have no pink ones, so we had to go with yellow. So I sent Mrs. Paydirt down to get these to American Construction Supply. She came back, handed us the bill, and said, "Wow, these are expensive. $500 for 1,000. $500." So Matt had to call them up. They came down to 150. So we're getting the 3/4 laid down for this silly ribbon curb, and I really need some deals on the end of the blade to hold the material in so I can run a straight line instead of spaghetti. Oh well, this will all have to get pulled up on a 4-to-1 to the back side of the curb, so I'll clean it all up. But I sure do, I like to do straight, nice work, and this is killing me seeing that. And I've been in a hurry. I've been doing 2 jobs, blading this off, filling the water truck, trying to get it watered. Matt's trying to get the stakes in and stay ahead of him. He's almost done, so he can start helping with the water. Anyway, sure wish I had GPS, Ryan. Sure wish somebody'd start a GoFundMe for poor old Jeff, who doesn't, last contractor on the face of the planet who doesn't have GPS controlled blade. Problem with me upgrading to GPS is if I did it, all I could do is on this old machine is an indicate only. It's not going to be fully automated. In order to do that, you'd have to upgrade to an electronic grader, all electronic controls. So I might have to look at a Komatsu. I'd have to buy an M series cat. I just hate the thoughts of that, but if you want to keep doing this stuff, that's what we're gonna have to do. Okay, it's a cold, windy Monday. You can still see the snow on Putnam over there. So I got some stuff going in the box this morning. Ooh, that's frozen. I don't know if he's going to stay on there or not. Mailman put him on the curved part of the box. And he's cold and don't want to stick. Hopefully it sticks. Stay there, stay. Mr. Griff's out helping me today. He wants to come. Don't you, Mr. Griff? Okay, got a t-shirt going to John Davis in Amesville, Oregon. Thank you, John. Got a killdozer going to Tyler Rowland in Sabbatha, Kansas. Got a big box going to David Jones, DK Jones and Company in Batesville, Arkansas. Love your address, 50 Rounds Road. Don't go there, you'll get shot with 50 rounds. Mark Jensen in Los Banos, California. Colt Zink, Kingsville, Maryland. And Eric Hodges in Glade Hill, Virginia. Thank you, boys. Matt and I are going to go out and freeze to death today.